That ceiling that you'll never break, that risk they say don't ever take, that feeling that keeps you awake, you can't let it go, no you can't let it go, that voice keeps screaming in your head.
Different meditation techniques or reasons to meditate.
Because they had toxins back then. They were cleaning the system out during the days of the pharaohs, okay?
Recognize each other's uniqueness at each, because God has a plan for both of you.
And I can have a baby and I can raise a child without you. That's kind of a shot at the male spirit.
Hello. Happy Friday. Me and Diamante in here cutting up. Happy Friday, everybody. It's Twyla Jenkins. I am the founder and CEO of the I Am That Woman movement. I am so blessed that you have joined us this Friday. We are off into a new year. Guess what? It's Friday the 13th. I know a little girl by the name of Autumn White. It's her birthday today. Give her a shout out. Say happy birthday to Autumn. I hope that today has been a very blessed day for you and anybody else that's had a birthday, including my two wonderful loving brothers, Jarvis and Dion Jenkins. Both of their birthdays were last week. So happy birthday to them as well. So happy birthday to, oh my goodness, there's so many family members now that I think about it. Tatiana and my aunt, Crisette Harrison, happy birthday. Cheryl Jenkins, happy birthday. I'm telling you guys know I'm number 10 of 11 kids. So we have a big family, but happy birthday to everybody that God has blessed to have another 365 days around the sun. We do not take life for granted here at the I Am That Woman movement. We know that it is a blessing every day to have life. And we are here to speak life into you. Yes, that's what we are all about. The I Am That Woman movement is a movement for women in leadership, women who are boss, women who are out here doing the daggone things, such as yourself. And we want to make sure that you are holistically well, mind, body, and spirit. So what do you say? What do? We provide information, resources, and events to you on how to live your best life physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Yes, all of the 5 practicums. I know it's a lot, but guess what? There's nothing that's left out because life is a whole and you need the whole picture, right, to live. And so that's why we're here this month. There are 2 things that we are focusing on when it comes to our spiritual wellness and our spiritual health. We are focusing and affirming going forth. God has put in our spirit to just talk about going forth, moving forward. Don't let anything in your past, don't let stress, don't let distractions, don't let depression, don't let anything hold you back from going forth and moving forward. 2023 is all about me. I've heard a lot of people say that, but what does that mean? So we're doing a check-in Every Monday through Friday, you can check in your spiritual wellness with us on our conference call line. We'll be promoting that at the end of the show, but we want to make sure spiritually you have a strong foundation. And there's no better way for you to have a spiritual foundation than to start your day in morning mindfulness. Hey, Shy, thank you for joining. So Shy can be a testament to how morning mindfulness has helped her. Maybe she'll drop something in the chat. And any of you others out there who are always on the line in the morning time. So that's your spiritual wellness. This month, we're talking about going forth and we're affirming that, but also for our financial wellness. So we are talking about, we had a show last week on our financial wellness. And today's show is continuing that journey because oftentimes at the beginning of the year, we are making great strides on making, I won't say resolutions, but setting things in place, right? So I would say creating a plan. And God tells us even in his word, without a vision that the people will perish. So you got to have a vision and you got to have a plan. So we're talking about our financial wellness on our conversation series. So today we're going to have another financial advisor from named Arthur Anderson from Merrill Lynch joining us. And we're going to be talking about a little bit of few different things unlike last week. But before we get into our show, guess what, guys? We have a special promotion for you. How many of you love theater, love the arts, love creativity? I know I do. I was a thespian, believe it or not, when I was in school. And so we have a special for you. The Auditorium Theater is bringing Alvin Ailey back, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, Wednesday, March the 8th through Sunday, March the 12th. But I have a special for you. You can get 25% off of tickets or 30% off, depending on the level where you want to sit in the auditorium. You can get discounted tickets by using our promotion code, IATWM in all caps, to unlock your discount. So mark your calendars, Wednesday, March the 8th. The show is you want to meet us at 7 o'clock. We want to be there on time and early. But you can go to the Auditorium Theater's website and you can get your tickets when you go to events, individual tickets. Right up there in the right-hand corner, you're going to put our promotion code before you go in and buy your tickets, IATWM. And then you'll scroll down, you'll see where our seating section is. And we have some tickets available in 2 seating sections. And so you can choose if you want the 25% off discount, where tickets are $81, I believe. Or if you want the $30% off discounts and tickets are only $40-something. And so I'll have Diamante drop that in the chat. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. You know how to get a hold of me. I'm on social media. And so you can do that. Join us at the Auditorium Theater Wednesday, March the 8th. How did I start this show before saying Happy Founders Day? We put that up right at the beginning of the show. I am a soror. Y'all see these red lips. So happy Founders Day to every Delta Sigma Theta sorority member out there. Happy Founders Day. And to my prestigious 12 line, I pledged at Zeta Nu. Happy Founders Day, sorors. And I know that the AKAs too just had their Founders Day. So happy Founders Day to all my girlfriends out there who are AKAs. You know, I have nothing but love for absolutely every single last one of you. We're all about service. We are all about giving back to the community, taking care of our community. We are an African American women's organization with national headquarters in Washington, D.C. And for those sorors who just crossed that big line here in Chicago, congratulations and welcome to the sisterhood. I think that's a part of who I am and the service that I even created and founded in the I Am That Woman movement. It is all about connecting. It is all about sisterhood. It is all about one reaching another. We have mentorships, even in our program. We are all here to help you. We're helping you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. We are here to help you. I'm super excited about being here to help you with your financial wellness today. Guess what, guys? We got some exciting exciting news coming up. I had one of the most dynamic meetings that I have ever had because God has me on track to go for it. Can I just hear you affirm that word today? Go forth. Whatever God has put in your spirit, whatever your passion is, whatever your purpose is, trust and believe you can go forth. So I have that question to you today. What do you think your life purpose is for this year? What's the next chapter? What is the chapter of your life reading for 2023? Because we're going to be doing some pop-ups. And pop-ups are, just meetings. We're just going to be putting some information out there quick, fast, and in a hurry. And we're going to be popping up some conversation series live. Yes, we're coming back live. I know we're still coming through the pandemic, but we are coming back and we're going to be doing some things live and in action. How many of you need to do a vision board? Right? I haven't done my 2023 vision board. Have you done yours? Have you written out your goals, your objectives, and what you want to do in all of those 5 practicums? Have you thought about it? Have you thought about where you are mentally and emotionally? Have you kind of done a mind check? Is 2023 about you? Are you saying 2023 is about me doing more self-care? And that's more than just going to get a massage. That's not self-care. I love you, sisters. That's more than going to get a manicure or a pedicure. I know that's important, but that's just kind of cosmetic care, right? Self-care is when you're really doing a deep dive into your mental and emotional well-being, and you know how you are talking to yourself. You know how you are affirming your spiritual life. How much are you praying? How much are you meditating? It's not about religion. It's about connection. It's about relationship. And so we're helping you to do that deep dive into who you are and what you want to be. And it's not about becoming, because you really are already who you are supposed to be. It's just about you going forth and walking in that divine mission and walking in that divine purpose. Really, that's really what it's all about. And so financially, have you done a wellness check? Have you said, on a scale of 1 to 5, where am I financially? Am I checking a 5? I'm very satisfied when it comes to how much money you have saved, when it comes to your budget, when it comes to how much you're spending, when it comes to how much you are making. Are you a 5? Like, yes, I got it all together. Are you a 1? Not so much, right? And so we're starting to do some assessments and some self-assessments. What's the chapter reading like in your life right now? How are you reading that chapter? How are you interpreting this 2023 chapter? What does your 2023 chapter say? Right? So we're going to be doing a pop-up at the end of this month. It's the last Saturday. It's going to be called Self-Care Saturday. Just got approval yesterday, so I'm super excited about it. You haven't seen it in our social media yet, but we're getting ready to put it out there probably by Monday. Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Happy King Day for those who will be doing service as Dr. King did for us on Monday. But on Monday, check out our social media to be talking about our Self-Care Saturday on Saturday, January the 28th. And so January the 28th at 231 East 75th Street, right at our offices, at our headquarters. You're going to be joining us at probably about 12:30. I'm trying to put the details out there. And when you join us, you're going to come in. It's going to be a healthy day. We're going to be right there at KMT Health Food Store. If you guys have not been on the South Side to KMT's Health Food Store, Dr. Caesar has absolutely everything under the sun for you to have a healthy immune system, for you to have a healthy, whatever it is that you need to be healthy. So whether it's food, digestive, no chronic conditions, meet me on Saturday. If you have a friend who is sick, if you have a friend you need to come and get some COVID natural prescriptions for, join me on Saturday at our pop-up, Saturday, January the 28th at 12:30, 231 East 75th Street at the KMT Health Food Store. Meet me, meet Dr. Caesar. Dr. Caesar is going to come in and he's just going to do some instant healing on us. Dr. Caesar is an energy doctor. And so he's going to come in and do a meditation on us. You're going to feel better than you ever have in your life. So if you need help mentally, emotionally, physically, come on in. Meet me and Dr. Caesar. And then after our session, you can go in his store. We're going to start off with the meditation. And then Dr. Caesar is going to, he's just going to do some work on us, just some energy work on us. I'm telling you, it's going to be dynamic. And then we're going to actually spend about 45 minutes to an hour doing our vision boards. You don't have to worry about, you can bring your magazines, but we will have poster boards and glue and scissors. We'll have all of that for you. So come and do your vision board, set your intentions on what the 2023 chapter of your life is going to be. Because without a vision, a man will perish. And we are not here for you to perish. We are here to help you to grow and go forth. So mark your calendars. We'll be putting information out there. We'll let you know what the small ticket fee is going to be to cover some costs. We're going to have a juice bar, some all natural things, thanks to Chef Garner. He's going to be preparing some things for us. I'm telling you, I got y'all's back. I'm here to help you live your best life, even nutritionally. I got your back, okay? So today I got your back with some wellness. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. All right. We have none other than Arthur Anderson, who is a Merrill Lynch wealth management financial advisor. Because so Arthur's like, I'm going to need you to have some money when you come talk to me. And we're all over here to help you get your money, right? Get your mind on your money and your money on your mind. We're also going to have Corliss Garner joining us pretty soon. She has that show. I'm telling you, I'm your girl. I got you, right? So whether you got a little money or a lot of money, I'm going to help you keep your little money so one day you have a lot of money. All right. So no matter where you are in your financial process and progress, the I Am That Woman movement is here to help you to grow and to help you to go forth. Who is this guy that I'm getting ready to bring on? Well, he's a financial advisor, but he's also a businessman, an investor, a father, and a loving husband. His dear wife would also describe him as a movie connoisseur and a diehard White Sox fan right here in my neighborhood. Additionally, he's a board member of Tuesday's Child, an organization that offers support to families of children with behavioral challenges. That's dear to my heart too. After earning a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering from the Illinois Institute of Technology, he attained his Master's of Business Administration degree from the University of Illinois. And now he helps families through the wealth management life cycle. It's his passion to provide advice and guidance on wealth management to families and help people achieve their goals. So if you ain't wealthy yet, that's all right. Arthur's here to help you achieve that. When you put your money to work properly, you can spend time doing what matters to you most. He confers with clients, other key professionals like legal counsel, certified public accountants, estate planners, and other brokers to provide a professional plan to achieve personalized long-term financial and life goals. Using his disciplined approach, he takes each client through the 3 stages of wealth management: accumulating, consolidating, and endowing. He's excited about helping you build a legacy of wealth by designing your financial approach to help you grow your lifestyle to its greatest potential. And I have none other than my brother, my friend, who I just want to say thank you for being here again, Arthur Anderson. What's up, Arthur?
Hey, Twyler. Oh my gosh, I am blushing from that intro. That I was like, who is this guy she talking about? I want to meet him.
That's right. Who is this guy? This great guy, right? With all the wealth management. How you doing, sir?
I am good. I am good.
Good.
How are you today?
I'm so blessed. I'm so on cloud 10. You can probably tell I'm just like gleaming in God's glory. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It is a new year. We have new years, new beginnings. It's time for us to get it on and kicking. I said it. I don't know if you heard it, but I said that our word for this month is go forth. And so, Arthur, I want you to help us to literally go forth today. But before we get into the show too deep, I know I read your bio, but tell us a little bit about who you are from your perspective.
From my perspective, well,
Yes.
I'm just, you could call me that guy. I'm just that guy. I'm very chill, laid back, and just have a passion for helping people. I sit back, I listen, and wherever I can offer assistance, that's where I do it. So, um, besides some of the things that you mentioned in my bio, I guess a interesting fact about me is that I ran in the Chicago Marathon.
Whoa, really now? I didn't even know that interesting fact. Is this as of late?
Oh, it's been some years. I think it was what was it? Oh nine, I want to say, is when I
Okay,
ran the marathon. So
that's no
I'm
small
not in
feat.
marathon shape anymore.
That's all right. It's never too late to go forth and get back in marathon shape, right?
That is true. That is true. It just takes a plan and some discipline, which we all have. So yes, you're right. I wouldn't mind doing it again. So
That's right. I was on that Peloton tread this morning. I'm trying to get it into shape, man. I'm telling you, my next 365 is less than 30 days away. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not defeated in this 50 plus, but it's all good. It's all good. Well,
yeah.
congratulations on having that on your record. That's great.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and just to echo what you said, 2023, I envision 2023 being better than 2022. So yes, we need to make sure that we go forth and live our best lives. So 2023 is where it's at. We need to make it happen.
Yes, 2023 is where it's at, and we need to make it happen. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about that on how we make that happen in our financial wellness. We know that this is a very important matter, and I don't put it off because I think finances is one of the major components of one of the disparities in the African American community, especially. I was just, you may have sent it. I was just reading it somewhere about. I may have been on LinkedIn, I'm not sure. But anyway, I was just reading that in Chicago, the African American family is the family that makes the least amount of income. And so I want to make sure that today we are speaking life into our financial wellness. And so there are many of us out here. And I love that your bio literally said that you have that three-pronged approach about accumulating. Because one of the things that we might do is we might make it, but we also might spend it. And we know the trillions of dollars that goes through our hands, unlike some other communities, because we're not taught to accumulate. And then after accumulating, consolidating, right? And so, and then endowing, and that's a word that's never in our vocabulary, right? I mean, like never.
Right,
I mean, you
right.
talking about endowments, you talking about, for me, that's like, oh, that's the University of Chicago. They have endowments, right? So, but I love one of the guests that I had on one time. She was talking about our economies, like our personal economies.
Right.
And so those are some of the things that we want to talk about today. Last week we kind of talked about some basic savings and things like that. So this week I'm kind of taking the conversation up a notch. And so one of the things that you said when I asked you about having this conversation that I don't think anybody on this show in the past 3 years has ever talked about, and my sisters and I literally just were having this conversation on our prayer call the other day, and that's check your beneficiaries. Like that is something that we never talk about. And beneficiaries on your bank accounts, beneficiaries on your life insurance policies. But when you sent that statement, Arthur, what does that actually mean from your perspective as a financial advisor? What does it mean? Why check your beneficiaries?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. So, my Anderson A system, accumulate, consolidate, and endow. That endow portion is leaving a legacy behind, and it's who do you want to leave that legacy to? You may have children or grandchildren. You may have a spouse. Whatever you envision that legacy to look like, you need to put the proper documents in order to make that happen. And so, when I say check your beneficiaries, yes, you have bank accounts, life insurance policies, a retirement account, investment accounts. You want to make sure that all of those assets are going to the people that you want them to go to. So I've heard a few horror stories where um, there was a gentleman who passed away, and his current wife was expecting the money from the life insurance to help, pay bills, and the life insurance policy had the ex-wife's name still on there as a beneficiary. So the ex-wife got paid out and not the current wife.
Oh,
And
wow.
so it is very important to make sure you're checking those beneficiaries and reminding your spouse to check those beneficiaries to make sure that your wishes are, being upheld when you leave this earth. So
Absolutely. And life is not uh promised to any of us tomorrow. And so this is not something you should wait to do. And literally, is this by making a phone call? Is this by something that, again, me and my sister were talking about the other day, beneficiaries, even on your bank account. So if you were to pass away, or if something was to happen suddenly, or that's even your bank account. You're literally, your bank account is something that you should make sure that you have your beneficiary on it, right?
yes.
Wow, wow. So many people don't want that horror story, and you also don't want to not have anybody there, and the state gets your money, right? Is that how it works? That if you don't have anyone listed?
Correct. Yes. So I am not an attorney, so I can't really hold myself out as one. But yes, if you don't list who you want your assets to go to, then it goes to the state. The state will say, "Hey, we have this for your estate, but you're not here," so they have to look and find, well, what does the law say it goes to? So is the person married? We need to give it to their spouse. If the person isn't married, do they have children? If the person doesn't have children, they have these rules in place of who to look for to give the money to.
Mhm.
But the state, excuse me, really isn't going to spend that time to look for those people. So they'll post it on a state website saying, "Hey, we have money for," let's say, it's Arthur Anderson. Some one of my relatives have to go search in the state website, like, "Hey, there's Arthur. I need to go get this money that is entitled to me." So
And as much as I love your name, I come to find out you're not the only Arthur Anderson, as I was trying to post on social media today. So don't put your family through that. Make sure
right.
that you guys check your beneficiaries from everything on your bank accounts, on your life insurance policies, that it's up to date. Not that you just have one, but it's up to date. So if you've recently gotten married, recently gotten divorced, recently changed your mind about what sibling you wanted to go to or what child you wanted to go to, make sure that you check your beneficiaries. All right. Next is max out your contributions. So, what's that about? What do you mean, max out my contributions? What contributions?
So, so I was particularly talking about 401ks. So I know, so there are a lot of W-2 employees in the country. Most of us, aren't business owners, or at least we don't start out as one. We work for someone, we gain that experience, and a lot of these companies have 401ks. I know more 401k millionaires that they acquired their wealth through just frequent or periodic savings into a 401k plan than I know by any other means.
Hmm.
And so the more money you could put away into these tax deferred investment vehicles, the more you'll have later on. And so every so many years, the government raises the amount that you could put into a tax deferred retirement vehicle like a 401k.
Okay.
This year, 2023, they just raised it, and I have to double check, but I believe it is $22,500 for an employee, that they could put away into their 401k. Now, to some people, that may seem like a lot of money. People are living paycheck to paycheck, especially with inflation being so high right now. But if you think about it, when you put money into your 401ks, put in pre-tax, it reduces your taxable income. So when you're putting $1 in your 401k, your paycheck isn't going to be reduced by $1. It's going to be reduced maybe by 78 cents or something like that. So you're actually getting a benefit for
Mm-hmm.
saving
Mm-hmm.
money. And
Right.
so stretch yourself as much as you can, and if you can live, under your means so that you could put away the whole 22,500, do so. Max it out because you'll have a huge benefit later on.
You have a huge benefit later on. And a question came in, what's tax deferred? What does tax deferred mean, Arthur?
Tax deferred, yes. So tax deferred means you don't pay taxes now on it. So when I said tax deferred retirement vehicle, so a 401k, what you do, what can be done most of the time is that money comes directly out of your paycheck.
Mhm.
It comes out before Uncle Sam's taxes it, so that money has not been taxed. Um, Later on, when you take the money out of the 401k, Uncle Sam wants his taxes then. Now, so you want to talk to a CPA or a tax professional, but uh, a lot of times when you're retired, your cost of living goes down, and you may be in a lower tax bracket than what you are while you're working. And so, being in a lower tax bracket, you pay taxes on that tax deferred asset later while you're in that lower tax bracket. Now, the Roth IRA is it is tax deferred in the sense that you don't pay any taxes on the money that's accumulating in the Roth IRA,
Right.
but Roth IRA, you put money in post tax, meaning you've already been taxed on the dollars. You put it into this account, it grows tax free while it's in the Roth IRA, and then when you pull it out of the Roth IRA, it's completely tax free because you pay taxes on it before you put the money into the account. It's still tax deferred because you're not paying taxes while it's invested.
Right. Right. I love my Roth IRA, by the way. Okay, because I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have a 401k, right? So there
Right.
are many savings and investment vehicles out there, whether you are working and you have a W 2, whether you are a 1099, or whether you are an entrepreneur, there is a vehicle in which you can save money and make sure that you are retirement ready. So if you don't
Yes.
know, if you're in one of those categories, and if you don't know, or if you don't know if your money is making enough money for you, call Arthur. That's why he's here today. He's going to make sure that you not only accumulate, I'm gonna get this three together,
Yeah.
consolidate, and then endow. I love it. Woo! When I
Yep.
have money to endow, woo, that just excites me. I'm gonna write that word on my board. All right. So another thing about tips about 401ks: annually compare holdings to your risk tolerance. So what does that mean when it comes to your 401k?
So in general, the younger you are, the more ability you have to take on risk. And the closer you are to retirement, the less ability you have to take on risk.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, when you're, let's say, 18,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to retire at 60 or so, 65. You have 40 plus years to invest. There is no 15-year period in the stock market in which the yield is negative. So the longer you have on your side, the more you have to gain. So you could take on a bunch of risk because even if you have one down year, the overall trajectory is up. When you are, let's say, 62 and thinking about retiring,
Mm-hmm.
um, putting your money in something that's as aggressive that could lose 40% may not be wise, because if you lose 40% of your money, you may not be able to retire.
Right.
So you want to be a little more moderate or conservative at that point, so that you won't, the likelihood of you losing 40% of your assets won't really, be on the table. So that's what I mean by, evaluating your risk. Where are you at in your um, wealth management journey, to see how much risk you could take on. And if you are early on and have time on your side, you could take more risk. If not, you want to look towards reducing the risk in your portfolio.
Awesome. All right. I'm not going to call out all my nieces and nephews and project managers and project coordinators out there who are stacking their dollars right now and thinking that you don't need to invest, because the younger you are, there's no such thing as starting to invest too soon, right, Arthur?
Correct. There's no such thing as starting to invest too soon. Matter of fact, the sooner you invest, the more benefits you'll have. Um, s- I had there was an example that was shown to me that if you invested, what was it? I want to say it was probably $100 or $200 a month. And then if you waited 20 years, and let's say it was $200 a month and you're 20 years old, but if you wait till you're 40 and you invest $400 a month, you can't catch up to that person who started investing 20 years ago with $200 a month.
Right.
And matter of fact, after the end of 40 years, so that first person had 40 years to invest, that second person only had 20, even investing twice as much, there was still a $500,000 difference in their portfolio. $500,000. So you want to make sure you today.
Today. Like I was just telling my project coordinator yesterday, we were in a meeting and I said, I wish I had a me when I started this company 20 years ago, who told me the importance of investing and the importance of putting your money away and paying yourself first and 10% and not touching that money. Yeah, I wouldn't be having to work as hard as I'm still having to work. But it's never too late, because thank God for the Arthur Andersons in the world who are coming along and saying it's okay. The past is the past, but let's speed up. It might mean more, and I probably still wouldn't catch up to if I had started 20 years ago, to your point. But if I am making more now, and so I have more to invest, I can at least do a little something in these next 10, 20 years, right? And
Right,
so that's
exactly.
what's really important. So don't beat yourself up that you didn't start when, earlier. And if you did, great. But to your point about if you did, and if you have been investing for 10, 15, 20 years, making sure that you compare those holdings to your risk tolerance, because the market doesn't stay the same. I mean, we all know that. And especially right now, what's going on with the market right now?
Oh, it's a lot going on with the market right now. So
That's a loaded
20
question.
2022 was extremely volatile. You had inflation soaring high, and you had interest, the Feds raising interest rates to curb inflation, and we all felt the shock in our portfolios as both the stock market and the bond market experienced extreme volatility and went down. Um, Good thing is that the market goes in cycles, and that what goes down, because the market is such a great tool, it does come up.
Yeah.
Um, so this year may be volatile in the beginning. I know this week has been pretty volatile, but last week we saw the market go up.
Mhm,
Um, we probably are going to experience that for the first half of this year, a
mhm.
lot of volatility, but it's going to start leveling off and easing. And I would say by the end of this year, people will be happy with what they're seeing in their portfolios.
Good, good. Well, I'm one of those investors that I really don't look at the numbers, because since I can't touch the money, it doesn't matter anyway. I check in, about quarterly. And so, if we need to move some things around, okay, But as you know, as we've been in touch, there's also some things that you can do not only alone, but with others. Just talk a little bit. I know we didn't talk about this in our pre prep, but just talk a little bit about financial clubs. Sometimes people at the beginning of the year are looking for ways to learn more about investing, any opportunities, about any advice, I should say, would you offer on joining any type of clubs or any type of investment programs where you're not alone, where you're with a group?
Okay. Yeah, so I would say that any type of club that does education would be really great. to join so that you can learn more, get more comfortable, take some of the fear out of investing by being with others and learning with others.
Mhm.
Um, there are also investment clubs where maybe your friends or even your family members may join together, pool their dollars so that they're not doing it alone. Um, Also, so an investment club, it'll be similar to you doing it by yourself, but now you can have motivation by having other people do it with you. Um, you can have accountability for learning about dividends and earnings growth and things like that, which can make it fun. And so that will get you doing it more. That will help you save more so that you can get to your goals. Now, also, an investment club is a company. So, for those of you who aren't already business owners, you'll be forming a business. So, you can say you're a business owner,
Mhm.
and the goal of the business is to make money, right? So, you're selecting the right stocks to make sure that the business purpose is moving forward, which is growing that asset base. Um, so you could do it with friends, you could do it with family. Um, yeah, it's just a fun thing. There are books and other websites out there that speak to it as well. And
Uh,
I'll be happy to help anyone in that journey.
yes, he will, because he's still helping me to pull my investment club together. I thank you for not leaving me behind. I just have a lot going on over here, but it's nothing like, um, what they say, slow and steady wins the race. And so
That's true.
I'm still here. We're
I
gonna
just
get it
read that
together.
book to my daughter.
We're gonna get it together this year. Another interesting thing, before we close out, that you wanted to share with business owners in Illinois. And some business owners may not know this, and we're going to post this in the chat, that as of November 2023, any firm with 5 or more employees will be required to have a retirement account for their employees. Wow, really?
Yes. Yes, so it's called the Illinois, what is it? Illinois Secure Choice program. So it started, I can't remember how many years ago it started. So they started with the larger corporations. They went down to companies with 25 or more employees.
Wow.
As of this year, November, companies with 5 or more employees in the state of Illinois. If you don't have a retirement plan, you have to adopt the state plan. The state plan is a Roth IRA for all your employees. Um, that's if you don't adopt the state plan and you don't have your own plan that you've gotten through a financial advisor like myself, then you will be the state can fine you, and they will start finding companies that have not adopted into the plan. So the deadline is November of this year for companies with
Don't
5 employees
last minute.
or more.
Don't wait to the last minute. Don't wait to the last minute.
No,
Arthur is
no,
here to
no.
help you. We're going to put your information out there. I'm going to say that one more time. If you are a business owner with 5 or more employees in the state of Illinois by November of 2023, this year, you will be required to have a retirement account for all of your employees. So, if you don't know about this law, if you don't know how to get a retirement account for your employees, I know this is some probably have mixed and ill feelings about this, like something else on the small business owners' shoulders. But Arthur is here to help. We're going to put your name and information up there. You can reach him in his office at 847-564-7152. Again, 847-564-7152. And then his email is arthuranderson@ml.com. Arthur, ARTHUR, Anderson@ml.com. So this has been some serious good information. I didn't know the thing about the 5 employees, so thank you for sharing that.
You're
And
welcome.
also, if you have a 401k, if you are a corporate person, if you've been working for corporate America, I call it something else, but I'm going to keep it politically correct right now. If you work for corporate America and get a 401k, make sure you you check your beneficiaries, make sure you max out your contributions, and make sure that annually you compare your holdings to your risk tolerance. If you don't know what any of that means, or if you want to check in on what that means, go ahead and contact Arthur. He will be more than happy to give you more information. Last week we was talking about those business owners, or if you just wanted to start a savings plans. This week we are all here giving you information to those who and my sister says hi, because you guys have talked many times. And so
Hey.
and so you can get more information about your 401k. It's important. There's a lot going on with the market. Arthur's here to make sure that you are straight. Any closing remarks, Arthur, on what? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I have a question. How often do you meet with your clients? How much do you charge for your services?
So I meet with all my clients at least annually, sometimes more. As far as my fee, it's based on the assets that I manage. So please give me a call and we could talk about your personal circumstances.
Yes, yes, and yes. That is some great information. And, checking in with your clients is important. That's one of the things that we talked about last week, too. I think that's so important. It's like, I checked in with my clients. It's the beginning of the year. Every client that I serviced last year, I just sent them an email and said, hey, I just want to check in and thank you for the work last year, and make sure that you know that we're still here. So that's admirable. I'm glad that you do that, Arthur.
Hey, Twyler, one more thing I wanted to
Absolutely.
add. I know we mentioned in Illinois it's five employees or more. So last year, California is probably is approximately a year and a half ahead of us. So California, if anyone is on watching this that's in California, their companies that have five or more employees, that law was in effect since June of last year. They either have to adopt a state plan or get a financial advisor to put together a plan for them. So I am licensed in California, so I do have a
Okay.
client out there, and that's how I got familiar with the law.
Okay.
So if anyone's in California and need help, I'm licensed in California, and I can help you as well.
All right. So he's not just here in Illinois, he's also out there. And actually, we do have some ladies who've come from California to the I Am That Woman retreat. So it's not just those of us who are here in Illinois. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Tyree said Arthur follows up with his clients regularly. He keeps me on track. That's great. That is awesome. Well, we thank you for being here today, especially Arthur was going to be here last week, and then this week, and then last week, and then this week. So, so thank you for being so flexible. And I always enjoy having you on the show. I always enjoy the information that you share. We're going to be doing some things together this year, bigger and better, some pop-up things. Y'all gonna see Arthur at the retreat. I'm already claiming it. And so we're just going to be doing some big things. Some of their executives are going to be there. The retreat is going to be amazing this year. And so we're in our planning process. Even might see Arthur at our future golf outing. You just never know. We got some things going on because we are all about your financial health and wellness this month, every single Friday for our conversation series. We're approaching a different topic on our financial wellness. And we have today none other than Arthur Anderson with Merrill Lynch, our financial planner. We were talking about your 401ks. Arthur, anything you want to say in closing?
Let's see, in closing, I would like to say make sure you are saving. I know more 401k millionaires than anything else, so put money away. If you don't have a 401k plan, Twyler mentioned the Roth IRA. Make sure you're putting some money away somewhere because tomorrow's not promised, and you want to make sure that if you're unable to work, you want to make sure that there's some money for you to live off of, and then also some money for you to endow
Yes.
to your whoever you're leaving a legacy to. So please remember, to save.
Save, and that's such a good point. And I know we said we were wrapping up, but Arthur, so many people think that, you know, even if you're not in corporate America or if you're living paycheck to paycheck, there are ways to cut expenses and there are ways that you can save, and you can start from anywhere. You gave the example of $100 a month, and
Yeah.
there are some who can save $1,000 a month. There's some who can save $2,000 a month. So the most important thing is to start somewhere and to make sure that your money is working for you, right?
Yes.
And there's a numerous ways that your money can work from you. So whether it's investing, saving, not just in a regular savings bank account, because we know that the interest on that isn't very much, but Arthur can help you with all of that. So Arthur, if I'm a person that, you know, I'm making minimum wage, can I still save? Is there a way that I can still save?
Yes. So I know it's difficult if you are making minimum wage, because most people make minimum wage or living paycheck to paycheck, because rents are, rent is high, right? So there are ways to save. I'll give you an example of something that I did. So I moved to California. What year was that? I can't remember. I think it was like 2002. And the cost of living in California is about twice as much as it is here in
If
Chicago.
not 3 times.
Right. And so what I it was extremely hard to live when your expenses just doubled, right? So what I did is I got a roommate. You come up with simple solutions to reduce your expenses so that you can have money to save. So whether it's get a roommate or buy a more gas efficient car, or cooking at home instead of eating out all the time. The little things can add up, and then you could put those dollars in the bank or an investment account.
Yes, absolutely. And then we did have a question come in. What do you think about using insurance for saving?
So I think insurance is insurance, and so I use it completely as a death benefit. Some people see it the differently than I do.
Yeah.
I feel like if you want to use insurance as a savings vehicle, it would probably be better for those who have larger estates, because you could reduce the estate tax for passing on that estate to your legacy, whether it's children or grandchildren.
Mhm.
So if you have larger estates, yes, it would be a good idea. Prior to having those large estates that you're passing on, term life insurance might be better, and then because it's less expensive, and then you can invest the difference. And so the yield that you could get from an investment account typically will be higher than the yield you would get inside of an insurance product. And the reason being is because the insurance company has to charge you a maintenance fee to maintain that policy and to create that savings vehicle within the policy. So because of that, it's typically easier to get a yield on your own in an investment account than it is through an insurance policy. But some people may not agree with my philosophy on that.
That's all right. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yep.
So some people will just take it your way, and some people say, well, not so much, right? So I just had a debate on if eggs are good for you or not. So
It's so weird how there's a difference in opinion on so many different topics.
there, especially when it comes to financial wellness and management. But I think to your point, though, it really all kind of depends on what you want your end goal to be, right?
Yes.
And where you are in your tolerance and what you're saving for, whether you have kids, you don't have kids, college funds. So all of those things, it's not a simple pie for anyone. Everyone's individual savings plans and investments really is according to what it is that they're working towards. Have a plan. That's
Yes.
what we want you to do. We want you to have a plan. We want you to save some money. We want
Yep.
you to have a rainy day fund. We want you to have a savings account. Arthur's probably not going to talk to you about the stock market if you don't have a savings account, right? Because you might not have enough money. So, but You know, everything has a process and everything has a build. So the most important thing you can do is contact Arthur. Have a conversation with him about where you are, where your money is, how much is coming in, how much is going out. And that's what we want you to do. Put a plan together. 2023 is all about me, and it ought to be about my financial wellness. So, Arthur, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Twyler.
You are welcome. And we will see you again soon, my brother, because I got to have you on at least once a year when it comes to checking in on our financial wellness. I definitely appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate you. It was my pleasure.
All right. Have a great, great, great weekend.
All right, you too.
Okay. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show with Arthur Anderson with Merrill Lynch. He's a financial advisor giving us some tips on if you work in corporate America and you have a 401k, make sure you check your beneficiaries, right? Did you guys remember all those 3 points that we made? Make sure you check your beneficiaries. Number 2, max out your contributions because they are tax deferred. And so you want to make sure that you do that. Take that money out before it's taxed on your check, and annually compare holdings to your risk tolerance. So make sure that you're checking in with your financial advisor. If you don't have one, definitely contact Arthur and make sure that you are saving or investing according to where you are in your life. And so if you're in your 20s, you might be doing something a little different than if you're in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s. If you've been saving for 20 years, or if you're just starting to save and invest, it might be a little different. But again, the number one thing is to have a plan. Make sure that you have a plan. Call Arthur if you don't have a plan. Call Arthur if you want to do a check-in and maybe just get a second opinion on what your financial advisor is telling you. Maybe something ain't feeling right. And so perhaps you just need a second opinion. Well, you can call him and talk to him. He'll be more than happy to do a free consultation with you. And then join an investment club. If you don't understand it, if it's a little scary for you, when people talk about the stock market, it's just like, wah, 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 wah. Hey, knowledge is king, right? And so get yourself together and get in an investment club, or at least call Arthur and see what resources he can provide to you to help you to understand it. Don't allow fear to keep you from being empowered with your money. Make sure that your money is working for you. All right. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show. Couple of reminders. Happy Founders Day to my Delta Sorors. I hope that you all have a wonderful day today. And for all of those celebrating tomorrow at ceremonies and at different things, please be safe and be well. Ooh, happy Founders Day to all my Zeta Nu and my prestigious 12 line. I love you all. Don't want to say all your names because right now, I'm sure I'll forget one of my Sam's names, so I ain't going to do that. But I love every single last one of you. Special shout out to my soror, Cynthia Powers. I absolutely love you with all of my heart. You are my Oprah, and I appreciate you being one of the founders at Zeta Nu, because without you, there would be no me and there would be no us. So thank you so much, Soror Powers, and I pray that Mayman is doing well as well. He is in my prayers. Okay, and then next, join us every Monday through Friday. Hey, you need to strengthen that spiritual foundation. We are here for you. Start 2023 and every day in morning mindfulness. You can just dial in on our conference call line 605-313-5104. The access code is 345-235-345-235. Dr. Portia Lockett is with us on Monday mornings, and she is leading us in a powerful prayer. So we take about 30 minutes to start our meditation, and then 30 minutes, and it's an hour of power. So you don't want to forget that. Also, Alvin Ailey. Yes, Alvin Ailey from New York. If you are in the creative mind, if you love theater, make sure that you join us on March the 8th. We have discounted tickets, 25% and 30% off at the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, Wednesday, March 8th, opening night. Go to the auditoriumtheater.org, auditoriumtheater.org. The discount code is IATWM. There's going to be a group of probably about 20 or 30 of us who are going to be there. It's amazing. Bring your kids. A lot of people bring their daughters or sons, anyone in dance. It's beautiful. I mean, the old, the young, It's amazing. So just follow the Auditorium Theater. They even have something this tomorrow if you want to go. Dance Africa. Oh my gosh, I wish I could go and see that performance. But anyway, the I Am That Woman movement. We are always moving. We are here to provide you with the most information, events, and programs about your health and wellness, living your best life holistically, mind, body, and spirit. Come on. We're here to help you be the sisterhood that you need for your mental, emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual wellness. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. Until next time, peace be unto you. May God bless you. I'm out. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.